sure that he's in amongst Moschetti. Oh, and Ryder off on the left-hand side. Ryder hits the deck, and I wonder if we'll get a side of that. It's absolutely physical. Inside 2 kilometres to go now, and we hope that rider is okay, and it was a reasonably soft landing. We'll find out about that later on. Jaco Lula now on the front of the peloton, trying to stretch it thin and make a space perhaps for Groenewegen. It's incredibly physical in there. DSM still with plenty of show of strength for the DSM squad, for Casper Van Uden, third in line of their lineup. And the DSM squad are in control. A lot of destiny have their man Caleb Ewan in prime position, moving over to the left hand side. Sam Bennett for the Bora Hansgrohe squad. So it's going to be the Bora Hansgrohe squad, the right hand side of your picture. Bauhaus has teammates for the Bahrain Victoria squad in those red jerseys with the blue flashes. Riders down, and there's multiple pile-up and many riders implicated there as we approach the kite, and 1 or 2 sprinters will have been affected by that. Lucas Plapp, I can see, and how many different teams have indeed hit the deck, and 1 or 2 riders struggling to get back up. Roskov's one of the names we'll pick out. There are plenty of others that have been inconvenienced. Lampard has hit the deck for the Zadal Quickstep squad. How many other riders are available now to go for the sprint? We're well inside the final kilometre. Van Uden waiting to launch for the DSM squad, and he's in perfect and prime position, and so too is Elia Viviani. Viviani's got himself into a good state. Narvaez indeed it is, trying to lead it out for the Quickstep squad for the and it's Bora Hansgrohe up the middle. Bora Hansgrohe looks like Danny Van Poppel's about to launch. Sam Bennett for glory. Bennett goes for glory, but here comes Dylan Groenewegen around the outside. It's Bennett on the inside, but he's run out of pace, and here comes Caleb Ewan, and it's Groenewegen surely that's caught that one. Well, we wait for the decision of the photograph, but that was a blanket finish as we expected. An amazing sprint for glory. Looks like Dylan Groenewegen has got the win ahead of Caleb Ewan. I think Sam Bennett might have just hung on for third, but that's all to be decided. A hectic finale, and plenty of riders sporting bumps and bruises and scratches and scrapes, and a lot of riders who were sadly and greatly inconvenienced by that crash just outside the kite. They'll make their way to the finish line, and we hope that there be no serious injuries incurred there. Oh, and Egan Bernal has hit the deck again, this rider, if it wasn't for bad luck, and he's got plenty of time to get up here, but I wonder just how he's feeling. He's not the only one. Well, you see that there's a little bit of a scuff mark on Joey Roscoff's left arm as well. Oh, and he's not the only one. Michael Vink, we saw so much great work from him on the front of the peloton. Sharka as well. But it's Dylan Groenewegen who stayed upright. And I tell you what, he was in the middle of a big old physical fight for Team Jaco Lula. His teammates will come back to congratulate, to survey, and to take on board what they've achieved today. And they've achieved something very significant. It's another stage success in the Tour of Hungary for Dylan Groenewegen, who looks as much relieved as delighted. I think that was a hectic finale. I think everyone's thrilled that managed to stay up. Lucas Plapp not among them, unfortunately, the Australian national champion, but he's chatting away with the medical crew there. Great to see Egan Bernal up and about. I hope he hasn't incurred any significant injury, but there's a rider who could do with a clean run for a while and hasn't quite got it. You know, and he was working hard to stay close to the head of affairs, as indeed so many riders are traditionally. Let's get a look at this once more, as Groenewegen's dropped off nicely but ends up in a little bit of a bun fight. Caleb Ewan has to come with a late run. Nicely presented scenario for Sam Bennett. The guns for glory, but Groenewegen's all over that one quite quickly. Caleb Ewan coming with a great run. Bauhaus on the left-hand side for the Bahrain Victoria squad. Do you know what? That was incredibly close, and Bennett was very much in the mix. I thought Bennett was fading, and I thought it was Caleb Ewan coming with a later run. But Groenewegen it is, I think, that's celebrating, but we're going to have to go to the photograph. That was incredibly close. Could well have been Sam Bennett. Let's get a look at this one. Well, not going to get much out of that. What if we can stop it? Woof. Do you know what? It could have been Sam Bennett. Well, that's where we are, right on the start line, or no, on the finish line. And they'll be poring over that photograph for a little while. I think that's why Dylan Groenewegen wasn't exactly over celebrating, because the issue still in some doubt.